Greeting interwebs, Jack and Kane, welcome for another Game and Chill. This might be a little bit differently formatted. I get the feeling I'm gonna just post commentate over gameplay, because I'm not feeling too talkative today, but I do want to get the recording done today so I can start editing it for next week, because while we are almost already in December, oh, Volpthorpe's on the map, and it's already flagged. I gotta this is probably a good time as I need to tell you all that I have been going through the worst shiny drought in a good long while. Feels like I've played this game for days and haven't came across a single shiny in that. Obviously nothing in Pokemon Go or Sleep, but those tend to be exceptions rather than rules. Except for today, which was Murray Community Day, which of course, despite actually enjoying Mareep as a Pokemon, I completely forgot about until past 5 p.m. when the community day was over. The problem was I went for a walk in the morning. Man, that's a whole rant in of itself. Just the whole concept of the beef I have with community days is that they're in the afternoon, but I like to get my walks done in the morning so I can come home and just be at home for the rest of the day. I don't like being out in the evening. And if I go out in the afternoon, it doesn't feel like I have any of my day left by the time I get back. So I really like just trying to get my errands done in the morning and just have the rest of the day to either relax or work on stuff like these videos. But alas, Pokemon Go seems to disagree with me. Me and Pokemon Go never really so eye to eye when it comes to how I want to play and how it wants to play. And that's half the reason why I'm not really as big of a Pokemon Go fan as I used to be. Because just eventually, the pandemic was pretty much like actually allowed me to play the way I wanted. And not just sitting around at home, just the whole being able to play at my own pace and not have to like do raids in huge crowds just to... That was not the jet ball button. Everything just went downhill so quickly. So much for not really having any live commentary. Come on, I don't even want a deal with any. I just figured I'd go for the easy alpha while I was there. Anyways, what was I saying? I didn't even talk about the schedule. But I guess I'll worry about that another time. Let's get this taken care of first. So, like, typically how I like to play with the concept of just enjoying my walks and taking in nature. Meanwhile, Niantic would prefer me to play out in urban city areas with tons of people that I don't know. And I wouldn't even mind playing with people if they were my friends, but all my friends are online. So there was a time that I tolerated being around local people and got kind of close, but everything passed down after the pandemic, and I haven't really felt close to them since, so it's just me by myself. I don't even think those people even play around the same areas I do anymore, and like going to a rural area, or an urban area I should say, would like double the travel time when I just want to go for a walk. And I wouldn't even be able to get to enjoy the nature in the process, because it would probably be like at a college campus or a busy city, a busy vehicle traffic area in order to get to Pokestops and locations and all that stuff that Niantic wants me to get out of my Pokemon Go experience. I think that's enough rambling about Pokemon Go, though. I think I actually had a schedule to talk about, which I did not come prepared for this game show because I don't even have it handy at the moment. Hold on. Yeah, actually, I'll get back to that in a sec. I need to get close to my juniors to figure out what the heck I still need to do with them to complete the Pokedex. Oh, it's literally just evolving them and using Mimic. Another time, then, I guess. Had everything predicted except for it turning around. Anyways, I worked pretty hard this month to have all my Let's Play videos for November, despite going from once a week to twice a week. Oh, come on, you're just all cute little shinks. Don't make me have to use the goo on each of you. Before going on about the schedule stuff, I do gotta admit, this would normally be a streaming night. Wasn't really quite feeling up to streaming, so I decided just to take a break. I've done a lot of Lost Age randomizer streams as of late, to the point where I actually have a nice backlog of both edited videos and VODs that are still yet to be edited. Okay, getting paralyzed is not the most ideal thing that could have happened. And honestly, I don't even know why I'm wasting my time here. There's not going to be any shinies, so I might as well make my way towards the Voltorb. Yeah. So I decided to do this instead, I've been playing quite a bit of Legends Arceus as late anyways, and I wasn't sure if I'd actually get in the mood of talking. So, figure worst case scenario, I'd just be playing this on my own. Oh, hello. Wasn't expecting an alpha, I'll give you that. But still no shiny alpha. I think I talked about those goals before, so maybe later on if I still need things to talk about. But yeah, speaking of Lost Age and that, the goal to have the YouTube calendar consists of 1 XG video a week and 2 Lost Age randomizer videos, instead of November being just 1 of each, has been successful. I've actually even edited a little beyond and already have videos for January. At least it's the Let's Play series. So, like, all I still need to record for the month of December is this Game and Chill, which I'm doing as we speak, and an editorial, if I decide to do it. I actually got a really good idea for an editorial, and it would kind of be perfect for Christmas. I'm not sure if if Christmas would be enough time, because I haven't even started writing the script. So we'll have to see on that. The initial plan was to do something a little bit simple, like maybe like top video game music that's related to Christmas or winter. But then I got this other idea that feels very, very interesting. Not as Christmassy, but definitely close enough. Ooh. Don't want to get blown up today. I said I don't want to get blown up today. Oh my god, I'm gonna get comboed to death. I'm gonna get comboed to death. Oh my god. Run, 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 run. Why am I not running on something that runs? Well, so much for shiny hunting the Hisuian Voltorbs. There was more pressing matters, like surviving. Yeah, I won't say any more about that because I'm not even sure if I'm gonna get it written in time, let alone recorded and edited. Besides, there's a lot of other fun stuff to talk about, like, I was kind of proud that I actually was able to get so many of those videos done, like XG and Lost Age Randomizer. feel like the most editing intensive projects that I've done in a while. Doesn't help that I've been doing XG for a while, but man, Lost Age Randomizer, it's way more editing intensive than I thought going in. It's worth the effort, I will say that, but it kind of puts a little pressure on actually making them on a schedule when they take significantly more effort than your usual playthrough type videos. And I'll leave it at that. So yeah, so the other thing is I'm gonna start having these gaming chills go alongside with actual vlogs. So I'll have the written detail for those that don't want to sit through my disorganized chatter and all of that. I'm cutting down on blogs in general because I can actually see how many people actually view a vlog, and it's barely anyone. To the point where I'm not totally convinced that the view count is just not just myself looking over the vlogs and to make sure that they're up or that. You know, I just need an excuse to stand around and do nothing, so we're gonna grind out that splash research task. It's a perfect chunk of nothing to allow me to just focus on talking for once. I think I'm gonna try to... I don't want to give up on vlogs completely. I'm saying it becomes more and more apparent that doing them once a week is kind of pointless when I could just do a YouTube community post for a lot less effort and more people can see it. So I think my game plan is to try to fluctuate between doing one vlog every time I upload a Game & Chill video, and maybe one other vlog some other time in the month. So it'll be like 2 vlogs in a month. So, not every other week spread out, but spread out to some degree. That's not nearly as many routes as I was hoping for. As I was gonna say though, so current video plan, for those who don't read the blog, yeah, so Game & Chill, which you're probably already seeing on the Friday, and then following week going forward, it would be Mondays and Fridays for the Lost Age Randomizer, Wednesday for Pokemon XG. There is one exception. I'm moving the one Lost Age Randomizer that would be on December 25th over to December 24th, because if I do get that editorial done, I'd love to have it up in time for Christmas. And since I can schedule videos in advance, I don't have to worry about it being in the way as long as I get it done soon enough. I think that's it for videos. It's kind of all over the place, but again, I'll have a visual aid on the blog, which I'll include in the video description, and you can just look at that. The big thing that's happening recently is the release of Sweet Expedition. Like, the real one, not just the one I made for the Game Jam. I just released it on Discord as of recording this Game & Chill. And so by the time you see this, the video trailer will be out for it, and you'll be able to see a little bit of the improvement I made, as well as try out the mod for yourself. There is more I can do with it still, like actually implement a hard mode, but with how hard implementing everything I wanted for hard mode is, I think I'm just gonna take a break for a little bit from that and focus exclusively on Golden Sun, Dawn of Jin. Well, on Golden Sun stuff in general. I have actually done a bit of work with Dawn of Jin in the past few weeks, more than I was expecting. Like, ever since I finished up the playtesting, my playtesting treadmill sessions kind of got replaced with Dawn of Jin, after I no longer needed to playtest anything in Sweet Expedition. So that's all fine and dandy. The only reason I'm a little hesitant to say I'm exclusively working on Dawn of Jin at the moment is because I've had, ever since the QOL mod, or at least the trailer for it, went viral, for lack of a better way to describe it. I have been thinking about just doing maybe not completely done from scratch, but doing a very refined update for QOL. It was strong styled and is still missed. Jeez. Alright, with this in the Pokeball, maybe I should just go back to base and recollect my thoughts as well as my team. Oh, I forgot you could pop out of trees, at least this close to base. I've been thinking about redoing QOL because I've made it several times, but it doesn't really get much easier each time I do so. QOL was not made to be a big, huge mod that everyone would stumble upon and love and use as their indefinite way to play Golden Sun. It was just a casual thing I quickly threw together to put some of the features from Dawn and Jin in a version of the game that for people who just want to play vanilla Golden Sun with the fast travel and that. To the point where I kind of wonder if I made the best recommendation at times of if QOL is a good way to experience Golden Sun the first time. Because it's kind of complicated, especially because the long story short is I feel that if Nintendo were to remake the games, they could do a lot better job than I did. Because a lot of things were kind of thrown haphazardly. I had to release a hot fix because it's been so long since I played Lost Age that while I knew that I kind of overlooked possible soft blocks in that, which technically are fixed with the latest patch, but not in an elegant way. And I feel like if I was making an indefinite... Also, I'm not really a programmer, I just use editing tools, so a lot of features that I feel would actually improve Golden Sun and make it playable for the modern day audience, I was not able to implement, and I don't know if I would ever be able to implement. At least without actually knowing how to program it. So, reevaluating that question I got is a little complicated because you can make it work for your first playthrough in a way that's better than a vanilla experience, but it helps to actually have experience with the game already, so you know things of like when to hold on to certain synergy items and when to sell them to clean out your inventory, and just like the whole selling synergy item thing works in Dawn and Jin because there's actually a class exclusive to Dawn and Jin that lets you have access to your synergy items no matter what, or access to utility synergy even if you don't have the items. And that didn't really translate over to QOL. There's definitely more elegant ways to... And like, if I had the power to do anything to the game I want, there would be more elegant ways to implement that sort of feature. So while I can't make the indefinite remake until Nintendo does, I do feel like I can at least make a slightly better product, or something slightly better than what I ended up releasing for QOL. There's a reason I call it QOL and rarely actually pronounce it quality of life. And that was a bit of a tangent to say that I've been tempted to work on a new patch for QOL while finishing up Dawn and Jin. The problem is, like, I feel like in order to actually make enough changes, I should not even say changes, make actual improvements that would justify re-downloading the mod, I feel like I would need help and reach out to people who actually can program stuff in the game. While I'm here, I should at least finish up the Pokedex for Sudowoodo. At least the main things I have to do is catch a couple without being seen, and I'm not doing a good job with that, just haphazardly running around the place. Don't see me, Grappler. I'm not interested in you right now. Where did he go? There he is. I don't care how long this takes. I've been way overdue to having this Dex entry completed. And actually be able to shiny hunt Sudowoodo proper. Three more to go, though I don't think there's even 3 more Sudowoodos to capture. I'm not sure which will be finished first, right this second. Oh, shoot. I didn't even realize he was there. I think if they'd seen me, the Scatterbang... Oh, and of course I have the Scatterbangs not on hand because they're completely... I never actually used them. Does he see me? I assume if he's staying perfectly still, then he sees me. And this is just a waste of time. Come on. Update. At least I got one. I do think someday there's going to be an update to QOL, and it might come sooner than even I think. But I'm not quite sure yet how much I'm going to prioritize working on that versus working on finishing up Donagen. Because a lot of things that I would want to change might be possible, but it would be beyond my scope, so I have to reach out to others in the modding community in order to implement those changes, and I don't want to put pressure on anyone to help before I even ask. Oh, actually, like, since when were y'all like level 54? Just noticing how high this level curve actually is. Oh, my favorite thing in this game. Well, that's not true. I hunted Spiritomb with unknowns. A lovely part of this game. Obscursion. For some reason, I feel it's even worse than accuracy drops. Wait, it is worse than accuracy drops. You can't just swap Pokemon to get rid of it. Did I actually talk about the progress I made with Donagen? Because I forgot just how easy it is to get in the groove with the editor. I don't want to make it sound like I hated working on Sweet Expedition, because when I actually sat down and worked on it, I enjoyed myself. But I definitely got more enjoyment out of working with the Golden Sun editor than trying to channel the little bit of my programmer blood that I was actually able to get from college in order to work on that editor. It's worth it because, I don't know if I said this already, but the things that I can do with the tools for editing in Paper Mario are so much more advanced. You can do so much more with Paper Mario than you can with Golden Sun at this time. At least, no, I shouldn't say you. I should say me. As someone limited by just pre-existing programs in order to do their modding, there's so much more you can do with Paper Mario. But it gets kind of limited because the more you try to do, the more you have to dive into the programming side of things, even if it's just basic C language, only made possible through other editing tools and decompiling and that. Meanwhile, with Golden Sun, the editors isn't as open, but it's a lot more simple. So it's a lot more. So it's even more fun to mod Golden Sun for the tools that I'm using than it is Paper Mario. And getting myself to work on Paper Mario over Golden Sun kind of felt as an obligation to finish Sweet Expedition at times. It's kind of the main reason why I feel so confident that I won't be doing any projects with Paper Mario beyond Sweet Expedition. Never say never. At least that's a saying. But either way, it'd probably be best for me to focus on finishing Dawn and Jin before picking up anything new anyways. There's even other projects with Golden Sun that I would want to finish up or come back to first. Like, I never really even got around to releasing a trailer for the challenge pack. I think I did like one stream and I started recording footage of another patch within the challenge pack. But I've never actually made a full-fledged video that I feel properly shows it. Even the stream, we barely got through the prologue, so there wasn't really too much time to really... We only showed off one patch, and only got a little bit into Bolt, or the talent after Bolt. So that doesn't really feel like enough time to really show what the challenge pack is even about. Especially because there's a lot more vanilla than Dungeon. So I feel like doing a playthrough wouldn't do justice as much as just like recording, jumping to various parts of the game, recording it, and then editing it all down into a single video. That would showcase it better than a stream or an entire playthrough of it. Well, that's a bit of a tangent to say that that I'm kind of busy even with finishing up Sweet Expedition, and I think I think I'm just ready to take a break from Paper Mario. I've spent so much time working with Paper Mario in order to finish up Sweet Expedition that I don't mind taking a little bit of a break from it before going back to put the final touches and complete the rest of the features that I wanted. It's a lot more complete at this point than the Game Jam release. The point is, that was someone's only playthrough. If they only played it now and never came back to it, I would be content. Meanwhile, like, if they did that with the Game Jam release, I'd be kind of embarrassed of even releasing that version in the first place. Sweet Expedition is in a lot better place now, so I don't mind as much if I never come back to it. Not to say that's going to be the case. I likely will come back to it, I'm just not putting any pressure on myself to come back to it. Now, what would I even do with quality of life? I've read people's comments and gotten some ideas from it. Problem is, I'm kind of pondering how many of those would actually be possible to complete, though. Because again, like, I'm much more of a designer rather than a developer, which is just another way to say that I'm not confident in my programming. The fact that I was able to make Sweet Expedition shows that I'm at least familiar with programming. Like, I didn't make any code, but I understood code, at least in the C language. Or was it JavaScript, or whatever language that Starrod compiles the code into. I was at least familiar enough with that code to recognize certain things from the vanilla game to patch together similar scripts and functions. But the moment it became machine language, it's completely lost, and I became completely reliant on just copying code that other modders, much more familiar with that stuff than me, already did, and just like piecemealing it together. So like the easiest example is the status conditions from Darkstar. That's mostly just copying Darkstar's code, and even then, I couldn't understand it well enough to do it perfectly. That's the main reason why the new status changes affect the enemies and not Mario. It was not a design choice, it was just a... I banged my head against this wall for literal days and gave up. It's kind of sort of thing with hard mode, because like... While I have code to actually let the game know when it's on easy, normal, or hard, because I'm not familiar enough with the machine language, I can't just copy what Darkstar or any other mod does with the multipliers for attack and HP. I've tried it by literally taking Darkstar's code and trying to change the things to make it work in my mod and not Darkstar's. But I cannot understand that stuff enough to actually make those multiplier changes. And that's the main reason why I'm not in a rush to actually complete the hard modes, because I don't even know if I can at this point. Everything that I am able to do is technically already in the game. I'm not going to reveal where and how yet, but like if you want what I've done, if you want to see what I've done for hard mode, there is technically an Easter egg that would let you see it. I kind of just realized that I'm just roaming around the world not without any objective. Like I was collecting satchels, but I did that already. I did have a nice Thanksgiving. Ironically, Thanksgiving was my best day because I got a little sick on Friday, but it's the following day now and I'm feeling pretty good. Only reason it's not a perfect day was because I felt like I got a little run around with. I think the ratio of what I wanted to do to what I had to do to time wasted waiting on things I had to do was far from ideal. And you know what I really want to talk about? The shiny one. We should go back and look at just when my last shiny was. Because it really feels like the amount of Pokemon I've been checking around versus the last time I got a shiny has been pretty unfair, especially considering I have the shiny charm and I've done several mass outbreaks. Just in the past couple days, I've probably done like 5 massive mass outbreak sessions and haven't found a single shiny in one of them. And then there's like the whole thing with Pokemon Go. I can't believe I missed out on Marie Community Day still. I get why, but I'm still sad about it. See, that was... Yeah, literally an entire month ago, which normally wouldn't be a lot, but I've actually been playing this game pretty frequently, so... The time frame, there's definitely less playtime between this shiny and that shiny. And yet, still no shinies. And I think the big reason why I actually care is because Pokemon Sleep has an event going on where there's EVs and you can find the EVs as part of your sleep research. And I guess on one hand, the EVs haven't really been that common. But on top of that, man, there's only 2 more days. Today, Saturday. There's only Saturday night and Sunday night before this EV event ends. And I still haven't found a shiny EV. It's been a while since I found shiny Pokemon and Pokemon Sleep in general, but I don't know what the odds are, but I assume that they're more rare than a Pokemon Go or even a shiny in this game. Just a combination of all 3 at once kind of make me a little restless. Not literally, because I did sleep well last night. That's kind of funny because for having an extended weekend, I have not spent a lot of time sleeping in. That's probably a problem. One of the benefits of a weekend is to catch up on sleep if you're not getting enough during the day. And I wake up tired, so it's definitely not like my body couldn't use the extra sleep. I'm just not taking advantage of it for whatever reason. So it's apparent we're not gonna get it today. We're already at like 40 minutes, and I was gonna keep it short. I'm kind of just going around in circles at this point. I was holding out hope, not gonna lie. Someday it'll come back. You know what would have been cool? I just found out that they're releasing another set of... They're releasing the next set, the next series that they're doing for Pokemon cards is one of those sets where it's focused on the shiny Pokemon. And this would be my first time that there was my first time since getting back into collecting Pokemon cards that they introduced a new shiny Pokemon series, and that'd be hype. And like I was struggling to find ideas for families and friends to get me for Christmas, and that would be the perfect thing. But that set doesn't come out until January, so it's kind of unfortunate. It doesn't help that like Pokemon cards. I got into Pokemon cards in an easy way for some people to get me a gift, and then Pokemon cards got way too hard for the normal person for me to get, let alone the normal person. So now I feel bad about liking Pokemon cards because I don't know what else to tell people to get. Because the whole point of the gift, that sort of gift, was to ensure that they could get me something cheap and accessible. And when you can find them, they fit the cheap bill still, but the accessible part is kind of questionable at times. So, and I just don't know. Like, I struggle to get into the holiday spirit. Like, I haven't really... I talk about, like, spending Thanksgiving with family in the community post, but that was more so, like, the literal family that I shared the same house with. I haven't really gone out to see extended family in years, and not just because of the pandemic. It's a bit more personal than that. It's about Christmas, yeah, like, I haven't really had a reason to care about Christmas for a while now. That was the whole point of that tangent. I just can't get back into the swing of things. No matter how hard I try, it's just like, it's either gets too religious for me, or too consumerism. I don't know what to get people, I don't know what people should get me, and I struggle to find holiday spirit in practically anything. And is there something more positive that I can end off on? Kinda random, but Chuck Conroy is finally done with his Sticker Star retrospective, which is exciting in 2 levels. One, it's a genuinely entertaining video series, so it's nice to see more of it. But 2, he can finally stop talking about Sticker Star, which I share similar sentiments, but I'm kinda sick of the Paper Mario community relying on him when they need stock footage of people hating on Sticker Star. I don't even mind that he's hating on Sticker Star. It's just, the problem is that it makes the people who are actually fans of modern Paper Mario games angry, and I don't like seeing those people angry. Even if I don't like Sticker Star myself, like, and even if Origami King didn't click with me, I understand the people who do like it. And I just want everyone to be happy and get along. I guess I could say, like, he has shown interest in making more editorial videos. So now that Sticker Star is over, I'm genuinely excited for what he does next. Because I think it'll be even better than the Sticker Star series once he starts talking about something positive. You know why he has so much gripe over the whole... him becoming the face of anti-Sticker Star? Because I've watched his videos since the beginning, and that's not really what he's about. He's not about hating a bad video game. He's all about celebrating the good video games. And I feel like an editorial on something that's not Sticker Star not only would be entertaining for me to watch, but would do him so much good as well. Like, there's so many people my biggest fear is people who've never actually seen his videos, only knowing him for hating on Sticker Star because they're Sticker Star fans. I'm going around in circles again, but it's important I emphasize this point and emphasize it right. he's not just a guy who has funny reaction images when you need an example of someone hitting a sticker star before you go trying to prove that it's a good game. It's okay if you think that's a good game. There's so much more to him beyond that, and I can't even blame the people making those types of videos because he does it to himself, putting so much emphasis on how much he doesn't like Sticker Star. So yeah, it's gonna be really good. As much as I enjoyed that editorial series, and like, even if you like the game, I still believe it's a good video series to watch if you want to perspective. Because it's a big meme, but he spent a lot of time like being genuine with his criticism and talking about the things that are good about it when he comes across them. Thousand Year Door remake is going on. Even if I'm not fully convinced that it's a sign of the direction of the series as a whole, it's enough of a sign to know that they still care about the original. Blah, 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 blah. Long story short, there's so much more to his content beyond hating Sticker Star, and I'm worried that people are forgetting about that because of how much time he spent hating on Sticker Star. And the Sticker Star editorial is a good editorial, regardless on your opinions on it. So it makes me excited to see what he'll do next, because if him talking about a game he didn't like was so good, I can only imagine him doing a similar video format of something he actually likes. Which, like, when the first comments I see is, I can't wait for him to do this for Polar Splash or Origami King. I'm like, did you watch the end of it, where you pretty much got the general idea of everything he would say from those last bits? You won't have fun with it, I promise. It really does seem like he already exhausted everything he had to say about modern Paper Mario as a whole while talking about Sticker Star. Am I even doing anything at this point? I feel like I've just flown around in circles. I haven't even bothered to actually catch a Pokemon or battle a Pokemon a little bit. I think that's a sign to end things off. So, that's it for Game and Chill. Thank you all for tuning in. And hopefully I'll see you next month for more rambling. Hopefully sooner than that. There's a lot going on my channel this month, so there'll be definitely plenty to watch until then. Regardless, see y'all later. Oh shoot, I completely forgot, but the most important part. I've actually surpassed Animal Crossing New Horizons. Legends Arceus is now officially my most played Nintendo Switch game, and I couldn't be happier. It's crazy that there's still so much to do if I want 100% it. So there's always going to be a reason to come back to this, which is good because I haven't really found a good Game and Chill game since the release of this. But yeah, hopefully right now you're seeing some footage of my hours in the game. And I'm just so proud. Kind of crazy that all that time in the game and I've only gotten one full box of shiny Pokemon. I'm sure if I actually liked Scarlet and Violet and was making sandwiches and doing all the dances, I could have so many more shinies, but I'd rather have shinies by playing a game or games that I like, rather than forcing myself to play a game where it's easier to get them. Hey, Jackie K from the editing board. Real quick, as I was editing this video, pretty much the following day, I finally broke the shiny drought. Of all places in Pokemon Go. I was out for a walk this morning, and one of the Scraggies I clicked turned color. This is a pretty big deal in Pokemon Go standards, because one, for the longest time these things were tied to the worst eggs in the game and PvP. I kind of forgot that they were just standard wild encounters at this point. They've also never had a community day, and to my recent memory, haven't had an event where their shiny odds have been increased. It's not crazy, because even quote-unquote normal odds of Pokemon Go are still significantly higher than most standard odds in the main series games, but still impressive to get a full odds shiny. And especially because this is a shiny I haven't really gotten in any game, Go, Legends, or the like. So despite how badly I wanted to get a shiny in Legends, or at the very least a shiny Eevee in Sleep during the event, I won't complain about this. This is pretty good in its own right. Okay, I think I've actually exhausted everything I could talk about now. See y'all later.